in front of the producers and cast members.
Give us some dirt on Schneider. Is it true? With the feet?
I was alone in that room and he was just talking down on me.
But I can no longer stay silent, and I won't.
Watch.
That you want to say about Dan Schneider. And I was like, oh god, this is legit Dan Schneider doing his rounds of shh.
Yeah, I think that's more. You orange? Are you official orange from now on?
What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another conspiracy video, and today we got a scandal at Nickelodeon. So I'm sure everyone's been hearing about all the fucking shit that's been going on. I seen Alexa Nicola's video on TikTok just today, as she posted that she was striking outside of Nickelodeon, saying that there's pedophiles.
An apology, and also I want to let everybody know that some of their presumptions about Nickelodeon in general were true. You know, there are predators at Nickelodeon, there are just predatory behavior in general, there are enablers on set, there are people looking the other way, and this is concerning when it comes to kid shows. We're talking about kid shows, and we were not safe.
Pedophiles, and if you didn't know, she was on Zoe 101 back in the day. So this is a video about Dan Schneider. He ran iCarly, Victorious, probably Sam and Cat, all those shows. So apparently he was a freaky dude. He was into foot fetishes and all that. So let's get into the video.
I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old. Surrounded. Literally. Didn't even know it. It wasn't until I was old enough to realize what they were and what they wanted and what they were about and the types of people that were surrounding me, till I went, oh my god, they were everywhere like vultures.
If you grew up watching Nickelodeon, then you may have heard of Dan Schneider. He was responsible for many of its hit shows during the 90s and 2000s, such as The Amanda Show, iCarly, and my personal favorite, Drake and Josh. In recent years, Dan has been brought into controversy due to rumors about abusive and possibly sexual behaviors between him and his young female co-stars. None of these rumors were grounded with any hard evidence, and most people dismissed it. Until March 26, 2018, when Nickelodeon announced that they will be parting ways with Dan Schneider. The news surprised many people. Why would Nickelodeon fire one of its biggest producers seemingly out of nowhere? Were they aware of all the rumors and decided to finally do something about it? What is the Dan Schneider conspiracy?
Freeze on toes with froze. Now, I'm gonna turn off the camera using only the remote and the power of my toes.
Come on. That's just
One
weird
of the
as
most
fuck.
prominent rumors regarding Dan Schneider is that he has a thing for feet and uses his shows and their following to satisfy this fetish. You may be thinking, well, maybe he just finds feet and toes to be funny. And to be honest, some of the scenes by themselves
weird.
are rather harmless,
Little girls.
and something that I can imagine on other shows. However, it's undeniable that there are a large number of feet-related puns and barefoot scenes in his shows, too many to list here. Outside of television, there are some weird examples, however. In Victorious, Tori hosts an online show called Tori Takes Requests, where viewers can ask her to do all sorts of random things. In the very first episode, Tori gets a request to have ketchup poured all over her feet, and then she does a little dance at the end.
Bro.
In another online show called Cat's Random Thoughts, there's a moment in the first episode where she sticks her big toe in her mouth. I didn't really watch Victorious growing up, so I don't know of these.
Bro, what's Ariana Grande doing? Shorty yamming the toe. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing it. That shit's weird.
Thoughts. There's a moment in the first episode where she sticks her big toe in her mouth.
What the fuck, man?
I didn't really watch Victorious growing up, so I don't know if these played on television, but I do know that they were extras on theslab.com, a fictional in-universe website. Now, here is where things get even more unusual. On September 13th, 2013, the Sam and Cat Twitter page asked its followers to take a picture of their feet with the hashtag Sam and Cat Saturday, and a number of people did. This is just one of many now infamous fee-related tweets from Dan Schneider and his shows, but this is the most well-known. You can find several if you look around long enough. During the same year, there was a post on Reddit about how Dan Schneider is the most successful writer / TV executive in children's television for the last 30 years. A user commented, "I grew up in LA and was an extra on The Amanda Show a few times. He, being Dan Schneider, paid me $100 once just to tickle my feet." The user further elaborated, "To make a weird story short, in between takes, Dan asked me if I was ticklish, and I said no. Then he bet me $100 he could make me ticklish. I was expecting him to reach over and tickle me under my arm or something like that, but he led me to his office. I basically got paid to receive a foot massage and a lot of compliments." The commenter later deleted his or her account. It's unknown who this person
So
is.
in 1997, I was discovered in a mall, basically we would go on auditions just to different places, and eventually I got a manager and an agent who would send me on audition calls for, little things like commercials and everything. And then as I started growing in my career, in 2007, my agent contacted me and my family about possibly getting a good Nickelodeon gig. And we flew out to LA for this audition. And when we got there, it was a bunch of kids, probably like 200 kids. And then these random agents hand-selected specific kids that they liked or, showed some charisma. And then once about 40 kids were selected, we were then told to take off our shoes and that we were each going to go into a room to show the producer, who is Dan Schneider, the tapes to see who we would want on the show. And of course, we always ask, like, oh, what do we have to do? Like, what would you like us to be doing once we're in there? And my agent told me, he's like, it's going to be like he's like, you got to just take off your shoes, just like run around in front of the camera, talk about how much you love being barefoot. And at the time, even, it was like, okay, that's weird, but I didn't think anything of it because I was still young.
Right.
My mom kind of looked around and was like, this is wrong. There's just something really wrong about this.
Like, I'm glad someone said it.
Because this person's mother decided to take her out of the audition, she's been blacklisted from the business.
Hey, Dan Schneider. I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. Look what you've done to me.
There are a number of photos circulating the internet of Dan Schneider being a bit too touchy with his young child actors, some of which are a bit more uncomfortable to look at than others. There are stories of him inviting young actresses into his office and hosting pool parties during auditions.
So what would happen is that your parents would send you to sort of like this camp. It was basic acting classes, and it was an opportunity for the kids to get discovered. And interestingly enough, most of the kids got discovered by the pool. They had a pool, they had like tennis courts, and I believe like it was like Megan Fox and other.
Come on, this is like some Epstein shit. Homie was just picking out the little girls. He was like, yo, I don't know if this is confirmed what this girl is saying, but if he was doing some shit like this is some fucked up shit. And now you got Alexa Nicole that's coming out saying that there was pedophiles in Nickelodeon. I just saw the girl that they just showed. She was on Zoe 101 with her. She was just sitting on his lap looking hella uncomfortable.
Female select, and Hillary Duff was another one who got discovered there at the pool. And they would push you to do pool activities because they said that's where you have the highest chance of getting discovered.
Now, what was the age range of the people that went to these at these camps?
The age ranges, the ones that I was familiar with, are ages 13 to 22.
And Brian Peck would host comedy boot camps for Nickelodeon child stars, where they were allegedly separated from their parents. Really think about that for a bit. The guy that held boot camps for children was convicted and sentenced 2 years later for committing sexual acts with children, and then went straight back to working on children's shows. When asked if he had anything to say to the child he abused, Peck responded with, "I don't have any comment on it. I really don't." And this is the guy that Dan Schneider worked with for years. This comes to us from Noah Monk, the actor who played Gibby on iCarly, from the official podcast. But even he...
Man makes music now on SoundCloud, bro. Check him out. It's pretty hard. But yo, Gibby's my guy, bro. And Freddie, iCarly was just... That shit just was crazy. It was a good ass show, but... Of course it was filmed by this creepy foot fetish motherfucker.
Hesitant on defending Dan.
I was sort of, I mean, if that shit went on, I'm fucking like, that's devastating to me because I don't see him in that light, you know? So watching clips on YouTube and shit of that is like crazy. But I mean, the foot fetish shit is like, okay, bro, come on. Like, I never really noticed that when I was 15 on the show, but of course, looking in retrospect, it's like, okay. No, I don't know. No, and I never observed, saw anything like that or got hints of that. So it's fucking, it might be baseless rumor, but I don't want to speak. Like, what if some shit comes out? I don't want to be like on record being like, no, you know, so I have no clue.
Don't get involved,
These
bro.
rumors and accusations have existed for a while, but nobody really said or did anything until Nickelodeon separated themselves from Dan. It was only then that people started growing concern. Why would Nickelodeon?
It's like Bill, Joe, John, one of those names. And he was like, I am the lawyer for Dan Schneider, Schneider's Bakery. And my jaw just, I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk to you about a few things. Like, do you have something that you want to say about Dan Schneider? And I was like, oh God, this is legit Dan Schneider doing his rounds of shh.
Yeah.
Shh, shh, shh. You know, power play. And I was like, I have some things to say, but like, you know, nothing, you know, I just have some things to say, yes, but like nothing that's personally happening to me, you know? And he goes, are you going to continue, you know, talking about this? And I was like, listen, you're representing somebody who you should not be representing. I told him, I said, you're calling a young girl who worked on his show when she was 12 and saw some shit, and you're trying to scare tactic her into not, you know, speaking out about what she should speak out about. Listen, would you be comfortable coming into a room and meeting up with me and Dan?
What the fuck?
You're like, no.
Where this happened, true story. This is a true story, and I'm sitting on my couch in Palm Springs just going, you know, what is happening?
And that's what a lot of people do in Hollywood. They think they could just buy people out and shut them up. If this is true, bro, this is fucked up. Like this, if you watched any of his videos on YouTube, I'm going to show something later in the video, but that shit was weird as fuck, man. And in a lot of the videos, this guy would record their feet. Like, that shit is weird.
Like, what if we, you know, if this was a criminal investigation, you could literally find the call log of like the whole thing. It was his lawyer.
Yeah.
It really actually happened. And I said, absolutely not. You're trying. This is how I felt. I was just like, you're going to try and like give me money or something. You know, and you're going to try and shut me up in there. And you're going to do the same thing to me that you did to me when I was 12 years old. And like, no.
Yeah.
So I told him I was like drinking a nice glass of wine by myself. And I was like, no. I'm not going in that room. You're not going to silence me, and I'm going to say whatever I want to say when I want to say it. And I hung up on him. And so that was the experience that I had, you know, recently with him, which he's probably going to hate that I said this, but don't do that. Like,
which kind of shows some guilt. I mean, there's a lot of rumors about him online, and it's like he's going around making his rounds, trying to make sure he can silence everyone. I mean, that's really freaky.
It is, and it's just like when I see things as a mom now, like now that I'm a mom, you get like a different eye. I mean, I feel like you start to see things just a little bit different.
That's it. She's like, bro, I would probably never let my daughter do half the things my parents let me do with this creepy old fuck. It's the parents' fault just as bad, bro. Like, come on. I'm sure the money was good, but like your kid was getting sexualized at such a young age, doing some weird ass shit just to get some old fuck's fetish off. Like, that shit's weird.
Differently, and when I would see the stuff that he was doing on his personal rogue video, I don't know, in my opinion, it was extremely inappropriate, uncalled for, disrespectful, and I think like kind of humiliating and dehumanizing, to say the least. And I don't think any person should be ever doing that to anybody, just because you should have the understanding that that could be seen in a way that is not okay. And
it seems like for him, it seems like he knows that. That's why he's doing it. You know, he wants it to be seen that way, and that's what makes it even more
ridiculous.
Sick.
It's too ridiculous. It's like, you can't tell me you don't know what you're doing. You know,
like on set, he's very much like, it needs to, like, he's
very much
down to the T, just like
very. Oh yeah, and he's, you know, the boss.
Did you ever have any like feet scenes? Like, I don't remember, but like, do you have any?
I don't think I did. No, but I think Quinn did.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, that was freaky.
Yeah, it's like the feet stuff. Like, you know, where is these videos gonna end up?
No, that's weird, bro. Like, if you're a grown ass man and you're into feet and you're running a show with a bunch of young little girls and you got their feet out every fucking second episode, bro. No. Like, how the fuck does someone like this get into power? Like, bro, it's so many people, or a lot, like all the people at the Epstein Island. Like, bro, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was there. He was probably there. He's probably on the list too. Like, this shit's weird.
You know, what are they gonna end up being on? You know, you're irresponsible. Like, get a mind, like, get some, you know, it's just so crazy to do that as an adult. And also, your humor is immature. How old can you be in making that kind of shit? Like,
exactly.
It's like, grow up. And also, like, what the hell is going on? Like, I remember really seeing it for the first time and just.
And I remember seeing the iCarly feet shit and all that, and it was like, bro, that shit was just, it was normal as a kid, you know, you don't really notice it, but now that I'm looking back, bro, like, if he's out here saying, yo, I got a feet fetish, and then he's, nah, that shit's out of pocket.
Being like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like, this adds up. Like,
yeah,
makes sense.
Like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Like, oh, and there's no way of defending yourself. I'm sorry, you can't do it, because it's too on the nose, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you on the nose, like 100%. You're doing something so weird that only your mind goes. I remember trying to click on one of them, and it was like only for 18 and over, and I was like,
oh my god, I have some of mine that are age restricted too. Like,
and I remember it was just one of his videos, though.
Yeah,
I know
that's a red flag.
Yeah, I was like, you want to know why that's age restricted? Because it's inappropriate material of minors, of young people, of children, and you're
weirdo alert.
You know,
and spam it in the chat.
And it was like,
weirdo alert, Dan Schneider.
He worked a lot too. It's like, you've only had your Zoe 101 experience, you know.
Totally.
So that,
because I will tase her if necessary.
Uh-oh.
I have the taser. We haven't had to use it in a long time. But
I said lots of nice things.
No, I said nice things about you too.
Oh.
This guy's a weirdo.
That's gonna get on TV. What? That's gonna get on TV.
Michelle Obama? Come on, man. Bro, what?
These videos make me so nervous.
No.
What?
Hey, are you gonna say your name and get something?
It's just a little improv.
Because you never know when you're doing it.
I said little man. I was like, what?
You don't. You never know. Is this good on YouTube?
I I would.
better not be on the tube when I get home.
This will. I would not put this on the tube.
This on the tube. I'm gonna lose my mind.
You know what's gonna happen if I put this on YouTube. What? You know.
Yeah, I think that's more. You orange? Are you official orange from now on?
Remember that episode of iCarly when this British guy came on the show and called everyone a bunch of hobnobbers?
Nah, bro. What is it? Homie. You need to dip.
Are you official orange from now on?
That's a wrap, bro. I'm taking my little girl off the show right then and there. Homie's tickling her from behind. What are you doing?
Remember that episode of iCarly when this British guy came on the show and called everyone a bunch of hobknockers?
I remember this.
So I looked up what it meant on Urban Dictionary, and what is this show?
Come on. No. Now we got more feet shit. Fish eating dead skin off the feet. More feet. That's mad weird. More feet. What the f...
Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice from a potato.
What? Poor Amanda
Throat is my
Bynes.
instrument. I'm a throat player.
Doesn't count.
And it sounds kind of gross.
The throat player shit's crazy. And all the feet stuff. Like, this is a kid these were kid shows.
A D? I've always gotten A's in music. How does a person go from an A to a D?
Happened to me in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, bro. Like, you got a fucking button-up shirt and a white tank top. Oh, what? This is in a hot tub with a little 12-year-old girl.
Yes, actually, I wrote this whole conversation that we're having right now. I see before since you're the executive producer.
Yeah, and then they can turn off the lasers and we can get out of here.
You'd have to be pretty skinny to slide under that laser beam and not hit it.
So which one of us is the flattest?
And stop giggling. Take 4.
Okay, what did the young shrimp say when his mom asked him why he wouldn't share any of his toys?
All right, no. No, that sounded like this. It sounded like, okay, what did the young shrimp say when his mom said he wouldn't share any of his toys? Try it again, but more cat-like.
Okay. Oh my God.
Try one more time.
Okay.
Ready? Take 32. Say it. Action.
Okay, what did the young shrimp say?
What did the young shrimp say? It sounded like, what did the young shrimp say?
I really can't. I can't.
All right,
I
try
can't
it.
breathe.
Take O.
Just let you know.
Take W. Go!
Okay, what did the young shrimp say?
No!
It's like Mike and Molly.
You two were fighting, and you yanked Festus right out of his grub truck, and now he's in the hospital.
I just wanted a tamale.
Well, you went and broke his tamale-making arm, so now what?
We're sorry.
Yeah, well, until Festus is out of the hospital, you two are gonna work the grub truck.
Gross!
Trina?
I'm not gonna. Why should I?
Bruh.
And the camera was. That was amazing.
Tell me.
One of the better things I've ever heard.
Hey!
Hi, what's...
Bro, look at how uncomfortable these two look. Like, oh, here's Dan again, coming to fucking annoy us. Like, bro, this shit's weird as fuck. Keep in mind, every scene they do, he wrote. So, this guy couldn't wait. Like, he really just had this girl's face squirt, like, with fucking...
What's going on here? Why are you sitting on the floor of the set?
Because we are.
They are. Did you just bark?
No, I did not.
What's happening back here? Oh, no!
He looked mad uncomfortable.
I haven't got my costume on yet. Are we close to rolling?
Sorry. Caught Jerry in a bad mood.
Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down? I'm thirsty. It's not possible. This has been me in a video. Come on, give up the juice.
We have Mr. Leon Thomas. Hi, Leon. Well, look who's with Leon. Who are you?
Every time she's in a video, this girl looks mad uncomfortable around this dude. Every time.
Okay. Hey. Is it going to be a good rehearsal?
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be great. Super. Matt Bennett.
Hi.
What time is it? Time for a little rehearsal?
It's lunchtime.
Oh no, you're gonna act now. Start acting. Where's
right.
Rex? Where is he? Do something
I
with
went
your
right
feet,
to the
creative.
feet. Right to the feet.
That's my boy.
Yeah, them.
What else is going on here? Avengogya! It's time! Yay! Comedy time!
Great.
All right. Look, Liz Gilly's studying her lines before rehearsal. There we go. With line studying. Oh look! It's the girl who
She
plays
looked mad
Trina in
annoyed.
Danielle Monet. Do it again. What is that about? Why'd she do it?
What?
Grab Trina! I see an episode. Look, it's little Ariana Grande. What are you drinking, Ariana?
Coke tea. It has marshmallow root and licorice in it.
Okay. Ariana's drinking tea.
Is she drinking tea?
What do you think of that? Does it make you want to dance? It does. I knew it. Where's Victoria Justice? Does she think she's too good to be in this video?
Victoria.
Where's the chick who plays it? Stop it! Where's the chick who plays her sister? Dance!
Victoria. There's Victoria.
Right to the feet every
Victoria!
time. Every single time this man went to the feet. That shit is weird.
Actress in the industry was abused as a child, they'd probably rather say nothing and not risk their career. You can't change the past, so
That is just the case for so many things, bro. People just don't want to make it a big deal or have what people are saying about them. Like, people just need to speak up because that's all it takes.
So might as well keep making money. I think the most we can definitively say about Dan is that at the very least, he finds feet entertaining, and that's not a crime.
Bro, that's weird.
But who knows? Maybe someday an actor or actress will speak out against Dan. Maybe concrete evidence will be found, and maybe something will be done. I suppose we'll never know.